What's it like to be homeless? In this video, I want to give you more of an understanding on what it's actually like to live this way, by going through as much stuff as possible, talking about some of my experiences, and filming this day from, well, the start of the day up until the end of the day. So at the minute, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up a couple of hours. I ain't got no money, no coffee or anything like that. It's a bit too early to be going around my friends' houses and things like that, so I think I'll just knock around down here for a couple of hours, and then once it gets to like 8 o'clock or something like that, I'll go into the village and try and get myself a drink. Today, like most days, I haven't got a lot to do. However, I've got a job to do, so at some point I'll be going to do that job as well. So hopefully, depending on weather and things like that, I've got some work. So this is where I've been staying for the past week, and this is one of my places inside this bush. I've been homeless now for 18 months, and I've learnt quite a lot about being homeless. I've found a lot of secret places. I've built a few places. I've found some abandoned buildings. So when I'm at home, having a shelter is something that I don't struggle with. But if you see in my videos, I do quite a bit of travelling and things like that. That's where I struggle, where I'm in the unknown and I don't know where things are. Like up Scotland, I started to run out of money and I'm struggling to get food and things like that. So if I come home, I know where there's a lot of things I can just go to if I'm in need and just get what I need. But yeah, this is one of my places. So if you see that tree line down there, just beyond that tree line there's another field, as long as this field, and then there's the estate. And that's where I grew up. That's my home. I used to live down there with everybody, but now I live up here away from everybody in the farmland. That's where I'm going now anyway, to sort some stuff out. Come on. Whenever I do jobs like this, I bring dogs with me. If I can't bring the dogs, I can't do the job. This job's finished now, and I'm glad as well, because this edge is absolutely massive and it's a nightmare to do, so that's that. I don't get paid yet. I've got to wait till he comes back from work, so a few more hours, come and fetch some money. So what I've got to do now is go and fetch some power banks, what I've been charging at my other friends' house. So that's where we're going now. Come on. Right, so where I am, back in this place. I've got my power banks, they're charged. So, while I've not really got much stuff to do, what I'm going to do is get all my stuff together, put it in my bag. I don't really want to be walking around with these because they're quite heavy, so yeah, put everything away. So this place where I am now, where I've been staying, like I say, this is one of my places and I've stopped here many times. And I don't really like it here, but it's ideal, so I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. And I won't be going back to that wooden hut, even though I can go there and I'll be safe there. Just for the simple reason is, I've told too many people about it. Too many people know about it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, because I've been doing a lot of travelling just recently and I'd like to do a little bit more, so I don't know what I'll be doing, but I think I'll be staying at home for a little bit, at least a couple more weeks or something. When I first started living like this, so like I say, I've been doing this for 18 months, nearly 2 years. I tried to bring a lot of stuff with me, that's what I did. And all it did was got in my way, weighed me down, and it used to tie me down to certain places. So as the months have gone by, I've got rid of a lot of stuff. In fact, I've got rid of everything. I don't have anything. Everything I've got fits inside a bag. And I think if you're living this way, it's best to have it that way, because you've got to travel light, man, you know what I mean? And I used to have a load of clothes as well. And when it used to come to the time when I used to have to wash all the clothes, it were quite a mission. So as you can tell by my videos, and as I say, I don't have any clothes. The only clothes I've got are these ones I'm wearing. 2 pairs of trousers, 2 jumpers, 2 t-shirts, and a few pairs of socks. And I suppose these are things I've clicked onto, like lessons I've learned over the months I've been doing this, that if you're going to be travelling around and things like that, you can't have all this stuff. So yeah, I'm glad I did all that. I'm glad I got rid of all this stuff. Look, like, I'm not paying no bills at the minute, and I do admit I do like the way I'm living, and I have a lot of fun, but I don't want to keep living like this. I wouldn't mind like having like a vehicle and travelling around and things, but I don't want to keep living out of a bag for ages. I've been doing it for quite a long time now, and it gets to me sometimes. I think about times when I used to have a house. I think about having a house, like having a wardrobe full of clothes and having a hot shower every day and things like that. And I do miss these things. And why I'm doing this and the way I'm living, I don't know. I couldn't give you the answer. But 2 things I can say is I won't be going to live with anyone. I like my own place. And secondly, at the minute, I'm not conforming to anything. So I just kind of do what I want to do, and yeah, that's it. See that there? It's called pineapple weed. And I've read in some books that you can actually eat it. It smells like pineapples. It also tastes a little bit like pineapples as well. Apparently it's good for getting rid of worms. It grows everywhere. Max, come on. I need a bath. Not dead bad, but I could do with one. I don't really feel like doing it today, so I'm just going to wait until tomorrow. This is where I do a lot of my bathing. Not in this particular spot here, but in this river. I still find it quite difficult to have a bath in a cold river. I think I've come a long way. Looking back to when I first started doing it, like, I wouldn't dare do it really. I didn't like doing it, not one bit. Not saying I enjoy doing it now, but I definitely feel a lot better with that. I think being homeless really has made me a lot stronger in many ways. It's helped me get over certain fears and things like that. Yeah, you know what, I've definitely come a long way. Because when those first few nights of me giving the arse up, they were quite bad really. And now they don't even faze me. I was watching a lot of videos online in the run up to me giving my house up. A lot of camping videos, a lot of people living off grid. I was thinking, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm not even bothered. Around that time as well, I didn't really have much money. I wasn't wearing the best of clothes. You know, I was growing my hair, I had a massive beard. Oh, it was quite challenging to walk around like that. Basically, looking like a homeless person, but not actually being a homeless person, but also only being like a couple of months away from being a homeless person. So I think sometimes I try my best to make myself look as well as possible. Not so much in the clothes I'm wearing or anything like that, but just my physique. I try and look after myself as much as possible, because sometimes that's all I've really got, is to actually just look alright. I think when people look at you and they're like, oh, you're homeless, you live in a tent, but you actually look alright, quite healthy, it's like, yeah, you're alright. I think as soon as you start going down here and then just tossing around all the time and not really doing much, it's not good. It's not a good look. Back to when I first started doing this, living like this, and I had all that stuff that I've no longer got, which I've got rid of. When I was living like this and I had all that stuff with me, like, it was really getting me down. Like, I felt a little bit down anyway. I kept getting angry all the time. I'm not going to lie, I took it out on my dogs sometimes. I'm lucky to have them, man. I love them to bits. And I don't think I'll be able to do any of this without them. So I think sometimes you just take things out of things what's closest to you, don't you? But in my defence, really, imagine living in a tent with 2 dogs all the time. Constantly, these dogs are an attachment to me. I don't get to leave them anyway. I've always got them, and I wouldn't have it any other way. When I first started doing this, people thought I was crazy. I probably am a little bit crazy. People thought I'd lost my head and things like that. But actually, when I actually first started doing it, when I was trying to look after myself and that, I felt probably the best I've ever felt in my life. Not having the problem of bills and things like that, just being able to just concentrate on sorting myself out. I felt really good within myself. Then when people's asking me where I'm living in, and I'm telling them I'm living down here, I think they're spinning out thinking, well, he looks alright, he can't be living down here. That's what I mean by that's the only thing I've really got is just my health, really. I think sometimes if you got a lot of money you can make yourself look good, but it don't really mean you are good, you know what I'm saying? But you can have no money and look good. Sometimes I start thinking about doing irrational things, like getting a house or things like this. And the longer I sit here like this, just have to constantly remind myself how lucky I am to be living like this. Like I say, not like I want to do it forever, but just for a short while I get myself right. tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to fetch some money. I'm not having a bath today, I'll wait. Come on. When I have something to eat, majority of the time it's outside. When I get food, I only really get it for that day, that night. I don't really get things for the next day. It kind of like gets in my way a little bit, so. I've got what I need today. Gonna go and see one of my friends for a little bit and then go back home. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back to where I've been sleeping. And from the village to where I've been sleeping, it takes about a 20-minute walk. So behind me is where the village is, where it's all lit up. And where I'm walking now is absolutely pitch black. It's just farmland and a little bit of wooded areas and things like that. I've got quite used to this. I'm not going to lie, when I first started doing it, I used to get a little bit scared sometimes in the dark. I think having these dogs has helped me out quite a bit on that side of things. But yeah, I'm used to this. I've done this walk hundreds of times. It's quite a mad feeling really when, like behind me, it's all lit up and I'm coming down here where it's pitch black. I've done it many times. So that's it then, another day done. Wake up tomorrow and do it all again tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but today's been a good day. I hope this video has been helpful or useful to people. So thank you for watching and good night and see you all soon. Bye bye.